Hello everybody, my name is Necroxis, and it is 8.2.5. It's been a while, haven't had any videos about Warcraft on the channel, mainly because, like I've been saying, haven't been super enjoying it recently, but the finale, apparently, to the faction war is out, so we're going to watch it now. The way I'm doing it, if you're curious, I'm doing the events in the game until a cutscene happens. I'm skipping the cutscene and then watching it on a higher quality thing, because my computer can't run Warcraft at like the maximum setting, so I want to watch the best version. So I haven't skipped ahead. I'm not watching things ahead of time. We're going to have two videos. The first one is reacting to the first cutscene right here. The next one is going to be reacting to what I presume is the ending, but I don't know anything about it other than there's another cutscene. This one is you, for the Alliance at least, you come onto your main ship's boat, and Matthias Shaw is like, yo, Ajar may be beaten, but we still have to deal with Sylvanas. So we're convening a meeting of all the leaders. Anduin has called a meeting, but something interesting has happened, so you should come and attend. That's all he says, and then a cutscene plays, so that's what we're going to watch. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, now.
Anduin, Sylvanas' actions have threatened us all. And day by day, her power grows. If our world is to survive, we must strike while we still can.
Valera.
Meet with me, and we will speak.
So few.
How many can you provide?
Enough for one final assault. If that fails, we're done. If we end her reign, what kind of Warchief will you be?
The horde I joined was birthed in blood, tainted by corruption. The road that led to the Dark Portal was long and wide, paved with the bones of innocence. We called it the Path of Glory. That was the great lie upon which the Horde was founded. That anything we did was honorable. Thrall, Rosen, they were not the true heirs to Blackhand's bloody legacy. Sylvanas Windrunner is.
Spitting true facts.
No, this is the Horde, led by you. Someone who has
Honor. I've never known honor. They deserve more. But the Horde is doomed to be shackled by the chains of the past.
The Horde has no exclusive claim to regrets. Arthas, Dalen, the ghosts of the past.
All right, Anduin.
Well. We could not fill the
All right,
between
Anduin.
the Horde and Alliance if we labored 1,000 years. You know this.
Then what are we fighting for?
Soldiers, on your feet!
Oh,
Start
shit.
breaking camp immediately.
Lord Saurfang?
Zakan, where is our home?
Orgrimmar?
Not our city. Our home.
Azeroth.
And ours?
Azeroth.
Right now,
Oh, that
only
shot.
two forces in this world that matter. One bent on harming our world.
Hey, Rexar.
And one that will protect
You finally
her.
figured it out, buddy.
So, what are we doing?
Breaking the cycle.
Interesting. So a few thoughts right off the bat. I noticed immediately Tyranda's not there. So I feel like that was purposeful. I love the shot where you have Jaina, Matthias Shaw, Anduin, and Valera there, conversely opposed with Thrall, Rexar, Lorthamar, Thalyssra. Thalyssra finally figuring out what the fuck's going on. It only took her halfway through the expansion to remember what she was as an actual character, but I'm glad she's back instead of whatever we had, the nonsense that was her from 8.0 to 8.2. I don't know if I feel like this is heavy-handed Blizzard writing to be like, the Horde is as bad as the Alliance, or the Alliance is as bad as the Horde. Remember Arthas? And it was like, yeah, but here's the thing. Arthas' actions were never sanctioned as actions of the Alliance of Lordaeron. In fact, by the time Arthas did all his evil shit, the Alliance of Lordaeron was essentially disbanded at this point. Furthermore, when Arthas did all of his evil shit, he was not even in the Alliance anymore. And in fact, he came back to kill his father and basically destroy what small faction of the Alliance remained until Stormwind got rebuilt and, kind of reforged the Alliance into a new faction. The Alliance of Lordaeron and the Alliance of today have similar... They have lapover, or they have a crossover, but they're not the same faction. So to sit there and say the actions of Arthas, and especially Dalen Proudmoore, when Kol'Taras had already essentially left the Alliance of Lordaeron, when he did all this shit in Durotar, I don't know. Conversely, you could make the argument that, the Horde was being controlled by Bloodlust when they did all their evil shit in the First and Second Wars. Yes, sure. The cinematic conveniently decides not to mention the entirety of the Horde's actions for all of World of Warcraft when they're not under control of a Bloodlust. Especially things like Garrosh, which I noticed was just absent, didn't even get brought up. Or my dog agrees. Or the actions of a lot of what the Horde was doing under Sylvanas before she became Warchief. So, I don't know, the cinematic was good, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad, but I feel like they really had to stretch to somehow say, the Alliance is bad too, because none of those actions listed were of people in the Alliance even, or doing things on behalf of the Alliance. Whereas the Horde things brought up, it's interesting. They brought up things that the last incarnations of the Horde and the Alliance did, instead of the current incarnations of the Horde and the Alliance did. I don't know why they would do that in the context of talking about Sylvanas, because I feel like Saurfang, let's be honest, I don't know what happens, but all of Saurfang's expressions and his words here and his responses to Anduin, they might as well tattoo "You're going to die" at the end of this patch on the top of his head, because like I've been saying from the very beginning of the expansion, I think Sylvanas is going to be taken down or flee or however be deposed of being the Warchief, but Saurfang's going to die in the process. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you can comment in the comments below if it does. By the time this video comes out, I'll have finished it all. But it's interesting that I feel like Anduin, when Anduin tries to get him to admit that he has honor, or what he's going to do as Warchief, I feel like the unsaid next comment from Saurfang is, I don't know what I'm going to do as Warchief because I'm going to die stopping Sylvanas from being Warchief. So I think that's interesting. But overall, I really liked the For Azeroth thing they had at the end there. It was different than the For Azeroth scenes we've had before in the past. It's also an interesting callback and I guess comparison to Sylvanas and Varian's For Azeroth little thing they do in the Legion introduction cinematic. Or I guess the expansion cinematic, whatever, when they're both fighting on the Broken Shore. So yeah, I liked it. I thought it was great, except for the weird false equivalence between the Horde and the Alliance, where it didn't really make sense. I guess if you want to compare the Alliance of Lordaeron's actions to even the Alliance of Lordaeron's actions to the old Horde's actions don't really match up, because hey, the Alliance of Lordaeron opted not to kill all the orcs. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like the full appreciation of the cinematic has to be done as well as with the entire quest chain and whatever the next cinematic is. So I'm going to go do that in the game, and then I'll be back for a new video reacting to what I think is going to be the finale. So going into it, not knowing what's going to happen, I think Saurfang's definitely going to die. Sylvanas gets deposed. She's definitely not going to die because her legion of fanboys, much like fairies and Peter Pan, their love and belief in her keeps her alive forever. But I think she will... I don't know if she's going to be kicked out or flee herself. I don't know. Normally I would make a prediction like I think one's more likely than the other. But honestly, I don't know. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you for the next video for the ending. So thanks, guys. Stay awesome, and farewell.